Hi guys, welcome to my channel and to my Back to Beauty No Buy year. This year I'm concentrating on using my makeup and not buying any. Today's video is my Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me. Every month I do a sort of first impressions of the products that I shop my stash for in a Get Ready With Me style. So if you want to see how this look got way out of hand, then just keep on watching. All right, dudes and dudettes, maybe not dudes, I think 1%. Let's go ahead and get into the Get Ready With Me. Already I have the Too Faced Primed in Peachy primer on, my favorite Physicians Formula, the Healthy Foundation, I don't know why that always escapes me, the NYX HD Concealer in CW3, and the NYX MicroBrow Pencil in Ash Brown, yes. So, coming at you with concealer lips for a purpose because we have not powdered our face yet. But before we powder our face, I'm gonna go into the Tarteist Pro Glow palette that I shot my stash for this month. And we do have a cream contour shade. So this could be a train wreck, but we're gonna use it. So the brush I'm going to use is this sort of like tapered, dense brush. I got this in Boxy Luxe in December. I don't really have any talking points today, so I'm just going to chat with you about the makeup mostly. But I'm going to dab into this and go ahead and contour with it. The only place I really contour is my cheekbones. So we're going to do that knowing, whoa. Knowing that, holy smokes. Anyways, cheekbones is really the only place that I contour. That was a wee bit dark, but we're going to blend it in. I always start at the top of my ear and work my way down. I like to try and keep my contour no further down than the outside of my eye. Do you guys contour, or are you like not about that life? I'm generally not about that life. I sort of bronze tour, if you will. I tend to just cut the cheekbones a little bit and like the widest part of my bridge of my nose. All right, so that's that. We are going to go ahead and set the face now, and I do have a product that I shot my stash for. This is the Stellar Cosmic Face Powder in the shade number 2 Glow. Looks like this. I don't use a ton of loose powder when I'm setting my face, but I've had this one for a long time, and I figured it was time to give it a go. By the way, just addressing the hair situation, I'm still air drying. I will link the video where I talk about the curly girl method because I'm not going to really talk about it today. But anyhow, I've had this powder for a long time. I got it in a Sephora favorites box way back at the beginning of my journey in beauty. And at that time, I really wasn't into loose powders for setting my foundation. I've always really either just worn powder or, you know, I use a pressed powder to set my foundation. I'm really excited to shop my stash for these products this month. If you're new to my channel, my Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me, kind of like a first impressions for the products that I shop my stash for. Since I'm on a no buy this year, my Shop My Stash looks like me pulling products that I want to get to know intimately, that aren't receiving any love in my collection, those type of things. So my Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me is kind of like my first impressions and really trying out the products for the first time for the month. So I think that looks pretty good. think we've toned down the contour a little bit. Now I am going to bronze my face. Again, going back into the Tarteist Pro Glow. This has kind of the weirdest packaging ever. I just don't understand the purpose of this, but that's not what this is about. So the bronzer in this palette is called Sculpt, and it's right here. It is kind of a cooler tone bronzer, but I do think it warms up the face pretty well from what I've tried in the past. I've been really loving kind of this angled blusher brush lately for bronzing. I think I spoke on that in another video. And the reason I like it is right here. You can get that chisel, see how it goes right under my cheekbone, and really just blend that exactly where I want it. Holy bronzer, Batman. So that's bronzing. I think I'm going to wait on blush and highlight until we do the eyes, because I'm not for sure exactly what I'm going to do with the eyes yet. So I'm going to prime my eyes with the Urban Decay Primer Potion in the anti-aging formula. So today we're going to go into the BH Royal Affair palette. Looks like this. Angela and I have a collaboration coming up on this palette, so this will be one of the looks featured in that video. I'm gonna go ahead and set down my primer with this cream shade matte called Rain. I just like to do that, especially when I'm testing a palette and I don't know how they're going to perform in terms of blending. And I just set from brow to crease usually. All right, so I think for the crease, I'm going to go into this cool deep brown called Duchess. I'm just gonna put that out on the outer V and into the crease. I'm gonna try and keep it as low as possible, because then I'm going to go and blend it out with the lighter shade that I want to use. Sometimes I do the transition shade at first, and sometimes I do it like this. Just depends on the shades that I'm going to be working with and kind of the shape of the eye that I'm looking for. So today I am going in with the crease shade first. I always find it interesting how other people do their makeup in terms of like the process and what they do in what order. So if you guys want to share that down in the comments with all of us, that would be really cool. I'm gonna try and wing this out a little bit today. All right, I think that's looking pretty even and nice. Little kick up there. Next, I'm gonna go into this taupey shade called Palace. I'm gonna use this same brush, and I'm just going to blend that. So far, I really love this palette. I'd like to say that I've had more opportunity to play with it than I really have, but I haven't. This palette was a gift from my girl Angela from Beauty by Angela, in case you don't have an interesting shape. A little bit of patchiness here, but we're just going to keep blending.
Just keep blending, just keep blending, just keep blending, blending, blending. What do? We blend.
You see the patchiness here? Not for sure about that. May have to come back in with that cream shade and have a little other blend situation, but we will see how the eye goes on the other side. Seems like this eye never wants to behave, and like this eye is always perfect, and this eye is like her derpy little sister who is awkward and annoying. All right, I'm gonna bring out my secret weapon. It's not really a secret. I've talked about this before. If you need a real blending situation or you've made a mistake, I really like to go in with a domed, dense brush. You can see here, hopefully, that there's not a lot of give on this brush. So I'm just going in with this with no product on it and gonna clean up and blend the edges here. And this really, in my opinion, this is the magic eraser of eyeshadow. And I will say you don't need this brush from Delium. I have others that are like one from Sonia Kashuk here. There's an e.l.f. one. I have a couple of other e.l.f. ones that are the white handled ones. So I'm gonna go back into Palace with this dense domed brush and see if we can't shape things up a little bit and get rid of some of that patchiness. I didn't know we were gonna be on the struggle bus today, good grief. All right, I can't decide if it is this palette or operator error. I very rarely have this problem with the blending.
And I'm kind of annoyed at the moment.
But let's go ahead, I'm going to go back to that original brown with a small brush and just deepen the outer corners a little bit and a little bit into the crease, and then we're going to go into the lid and see, you know, if we can't just make this look work. Sometimes an eye look just looks like shite until you get to the last moment and then it comes together. Let's hope this is one of those days. I'm gonna go into this shade right here called Lord. It would appear to be a taupey shade. Definitely cool tone, which is what I'm going for today. That's pretty. I will say that the metallics in this palette definitely perform well. I actually think I'm going to take this over the whole lid. I just had an idea. Don't be scared. And I did bring that up a little bit in the crease. Are we looking smoky? I think so. All right, I am going to go in with some spray. Still working on my Fix Plus here. I remember when I first started my channel and I would foil eyeshadows, I sprayed my mirror every flipping time. It was so funny. You know, it kind of became a joke to me, if I'm being honest. So, all right, one tiny last little deepening in the outer corner. I know you're probably thinking like, girl, aren't you deep enough? No, I'm not. I'm gonna go in with the black right here, which is called Enchanted. These have some really cool names. I gotta admit, I was originally attracted to this palette because of the theme. I'm really into like monarchies and just like royalty and things like that. I love watching, you know, shows, both documentaries and dramas. Anybody watch The Tudors ever? Woo, that is a very risque show, but oh, what's his name? Jeremy something or other. I can't remember his name, but he plays Henry. I think it's King Henry in that show, and oh my goodness. He is one sexy mother trucker. All right, she's actually looking better other than super smoky. If you've been on my channel for any amount of time, please come to my rescue in the comments and let anybody who is new here know that I actually do know how to apply makeup. Won't you? I would really appreciate it. All right, lower lash line. Let's try and keep this tame, shall we, Kyra? All right, flash definer brush, jump out. All right, I'm gonna go in with the brown, the deeper brown Duchess first, and just use this flat definer brush to line along the lower lash line. I'm gonna use this teensy brush with the taupe called Palace and barely smudge it, and again, make sure we're kind of connecting it out here. All right, I think we kept it under control. Oh lordy. All right, inner corner, we're gonna do that. And for a pop of color, I want to go into this duochrome right here called Throne. I'm pretty convinced that I'm going to have to build this up a little bit. Beautiful. I like it now. That is really pretty. I love it. Okay, I think that's the eyes done. Like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and pop off camera and clean up the sides, apply a little liner and mascara, and we'll come back to finish the face and do lips. All right, here are the eyes done. I like it much better now that we have mascara and liner on. Now it's time to finish the face. Hopefully this is not too boring for you guys. I feel like I do better when I have talking points, but I really just wanted to talk about the makeup today. So we're gonna go into the ABH Radiant Blush Kit. To be honest, I'm not very sure what shade I want. I think I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Terrace, and see how we do. This is a very soft formula in true ABH style, so I just go in lightly. I like to start up here at the temple, kind of a draping situation, kind of not. The hair's looking pretty wild here, so you can see this process of the air drying. I do love how my hair's been looking lately, but I also am like kind of like, I don't know, it just takes so long. I feel like I'm going to have to invest in a hair dryer and a diffuser possibly, because I can't wait for my hair to dry for 2 hours every day, and my hair is not even that thick. Contrary to what it may look like. So this is a beautiful blush though. Can you see the radiance? And I don't have highlighter on, so I think that's pretty cool. All right, let's do some highlighter. Back into the Tarteist Pro Glow. Here's my thing with this thing. I feel like this is pretty and this is pretty. I feel like these are kind of dark for me. So I think I'm gonna go into this shade right here, Stunner. I think this is the one that comes off the most cool tone to me. Look at that glow. Sometimes I feel like I have an easier job applying highlighter when I look in the viewfinder versus my mirror. I think it shows it more true. Holy moly, we're glowing. Nose. Boom. Lips. Ooh, look at that. That's partially because of the lip gloss that I have on. But why not? Why not have a highlighter mustache? We ain't going light today, are we? Time for lips. I have a few options, but I think I'm gonna go bold or go home. Why not? I'm gonna first line my lips with my MAC lip liner in the shade, holy crap, Whirl. How did I forget that? Good grief. All right, lippy. One of the lipsticks that I shop my stash for is the NYX Pinup Pout in the shade Resistance. It looks like this. This is pretty dark on me, but is this gonna go? I think it's gonna go the best with this look. See what I mean? Pretty dark. Let's have a blot, shall we? Nothing to blot with. That's better. All right, and just for poops and giggles, I'm going to put on a little bit of Fenty lip gloss just to tone her down a little bit. Ta-da! Let's see, is the rest of the hair dry? All right, here we go. This is the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me, featuring the Kyra that doesn't know how to apply her makeup. I actually really love how the eye look turned out. The face looks great. I will probably put on something different for lips before I head to Target to scare people. But with all of that said, I hope all of your makeup days are absolutely beautifully bold makeup days, and I will see you in my next video soon.